This college basketball picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code SGPN to score up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Rebet, a new sports book available in 45 states. Download Rebet in your app store and use promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $100. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
This is Brian Bosworth, aka The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Oh, the grind does not stop.
Grind does not stop.
Holiday season's here, Sean.
2 for Monday, double header on Monday night. We are now talking college basketball picks for Tuesday, December 17th. Full slate there, and
we got some for Wednesday as well.
Okay,
Just FYI,
little Wednesday,
little 2-day banger
in there as well. And then after the Monday night football games, we'll hop on here and talk college football playoffs and some bowl game action. So bunch to get to, bunch of games, bunch of picks. Joining us to talk all things college sports from the college experience, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
That Boz introduction is the best one.
Yeah, and unlike Mr. T, this is actually the Boz. This is not a Boz impersonator. Of course, Colby.
Do you think people know that? Are we going to pull back the curtain too far?
I feel like we've talked about it before, but Colby, of course, very excited. He's like, we got to get Mr. T. It reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Homer's all excited to meet Mr. T, and then he gets to the mall too late. Mr. T had gone, and the guy at the mall said, he asked him when will he be back, and the guy at the mall said he didn't know. But Colby's like, we got Mr. T. He's gonna do a SGPN intro for us. And then we get it, and it's a fake Mr. T, and he's like, let it ride,
pity the
brother.
fool that don't listen to SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
Look, that one still ruined my there's a few people that are on this plateau in life, that are still alive at least.
Yeah.
When you talk about like still alive, there's like what you got, I don't know, like Ditka, you got Al Bundy,
some real
you got, you know what I mean? Like there's only like
legend.
There's only a few that are on this level, and Mr. T happens to be one of them. And to have your dreams crushed like I did there, Sean, it's something that still wakes me up in the middle of the night.
It's like when you're you're shopping for something maybe on eBay or an auction site, and you come across something that's too good to be true.
Your Tommy DeVito fake blue jersey.
My Tommy DeVito fake blue jersey. This Mr. T. One more time for the people.
To the SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
That's the best part. He tries to sell that so bad.
That didn't start from the beginning. I would have played the whole thing.
Pity the fool that don't listen to SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
But the Boz,
good.
The Boz one, he goes into character so well for a guy that doesn't want to be the Boz anymore. He's like at the end, he's like, peace out, Boz out. And it's a banger. It's a fucking banger, man.
Yeah, you're the Boz. What else are you gonna be? Like,
it's kind of
vegan cookbook author. Like, come on, you're the Boz.
But what do you think causes him to do the growling at the end?
Well, because Mr. T kind of did that, but he's not really nailing
Rocky
that
3.
aspect.
He did it in Rocky 3
Yeah.
when Balboa comes and daps him up.
Colby, exit and come back. Your mic sounds very bad.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Colby's hitting a wall there, getting some of that some of that rural internet, Ryan, that farm to table internet.
It was very bubbly. It was, like maybe there were some animals in the signal. Could it be some of the drones were intercepting the comms? I mean, I know it's all joking, but obviously something's going on.
Now this is pure speculation. But my theory on the drones is that
that was just to get them off the scent.
Okay,
like we're obviously doing comedy.
Yeah.
Hey, AI bots.
If I had to guess, I would say they are U.S. government drones.
Whoa.
They are using them to detect radioactivity.
Whoa.
Because they think a nuclear warhead may have gone lost. There's a nuclear warhead. They don't know where it is. They're making sure it's not.
Jesus Christ.
Near New York City. Just double checking.
Okay.
It's like me when I lost my AirPods. I knew definitely it wasn't in some places, and then I found them. So there was a happy ending.
You think they're just using Find My iPhone for a nuclear device?
Well, it might not be that easy. That's why you got to get those crazy drones. That's the only thing.
I noticed we're not selecting. There's no game. The only game we're selecting near the area is Villanova.
Oh yeah.
How are we supposed to handicap this game knowing that there could be drone activity in the area?
Well, let's talk about last episode because nice work by us, Ryan. Combined, so you went 8-7-1, but you were 3-0-1 in the locks.
Thank you.
Hit your dog.
Regular season Rick Barnes. Thank you.
That was a push.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm thanking him for that.
I was 3-1 on my locks. Colby only 2-2 on his locks, but did hit the dog. I have not hit a dog yet, which is crazy because usually I've got a pretty keen eye at catching some dogs there. And Discord, aka the opposite of our consensus picks, was 2-4. So our consensus plays 4-2, 8-3-1 on the lock. So feeling pretty good here coming into this next slate. Colby back on the line. Looking nice and fresh. Colby, someone sent this in. Bill Rafferty, really just a gem. And we got to put that on the SGPN bucket list of us somehow one day hanging out with Bill Rafferty. And apologies, I forget which person sent this in, but really appreciated this clip that was all over social media and now will be a forever memorialized in a great sound drop. The visual isn't really that important. Just listen to what Bill Rafferty has to say.
Hesitation. Stand them up, straighten them out. A little Dick Sturdy.
Straighten him out. A little Dick Sturdy.
No, that little dick is sturdy.
Straighten him out. That little dick is sturdy. Whoa.
A little Dick Sturdy.
That little dick sturdy.
You learned that line from a Diddy song? My God.
I don't know where he picked it up, but shout out to
Straighten him out. That little dick sturdy. I mean, unbelievable. Tom Brenneman got lost his job for less than that.
So a classic.
I mean, he also has made it famous to say onions on air, which everyone knows he's saying testicles.
So I think obviously he's referring to Josh Dix, guard for the Iowa Hawkeyes, when he's saying that little Dix sturdy. DX.
Yeah, but he made a bet with someone, right? This is like Super Troopers. They're playing. He's playing that
little Dick sturdy.
He's like, you know what? I bet you I could say Dick sturdy. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, Rafferty is a real legend. Shout out to Bill and shout out to us. Let's get to it. Let's talk a little college hoops. Coming off a heater, can it continue? Kramer, let's go.
Thanks for noticing over the last 4 episodes, 8-4-1 on my lock, Sean. The heater really it's real. I'm dominating both of you.
So what do you
34, 24 and 2 overall in those last 4 episodes.
Okay.
I won't bring your records into the during that time, but
okay.
I will say
what about the entire
Discord?
Show
I'll say the Discord is 10 and 15 during that time.
Yeah,
so
Discord. Hey, we got off to a shitty first 2 episodes in college basketball. Yeah. Since then, it's been good, but those first 2 episodes weighing down our average. Like classic college, you got to cram, you got to get right late. So let's do it.
Do we have to consider? Maybe this is a good poll question for Spotify. Do we have to consider replacing Colby with Mac for an episode?
Oh wow.
Well, Colby is the anchor on the show right now. Just a question for you, Sean. Any consideration? Ryan, or you want to stick with the starter?
I don't like to call out teammates on air.
Okay.
Well, any issues, we'll take care of them in the locker room.
Colby's here. Perfect.
Buddy, I had the same record as you this past week. What are we talking about?
What?
8-7-1, but Ryan did hit. Ryan was 3-0-1 on his locks. You were 2-2 on your locks. I think would be the difference.
Okay,
Big difference. And UConn on the money line, you fools!
Well,
decided to take Gonzaga in the Garden.
Tell the people the real story, though.
Yeah,
right?
Come on.
Give
them the real story.
The real story is that UConn was a 1.5 point dog when at the end of the day, Memphis was a 6.5 point dog. I gave you a real juicy dog. All right, I know you're buying into your stats here. What's that?
Well, it's still a dog though. And I still did say you should not be fading UConn in the Garden.
You're acting like it's a crazy good play here.
I received DMs suggesting that the show's not being taken serious by some of us because we're fading UConn in the Garden.
That cousin Mush hitting you up?
No, again, my DMs are my private, confidential place for me to communicate with my community. Sean thought there was elements of fakeness happening, so I had to release a little bit of that out, and we saw what happened with the Louisville controversy. Just trust me, people are concerned that both of you experts were willing to fade UConn in the Garden.
Well, they did get a friendly whistle. They got a friendly whistle.
One of them, one of those people was CJ, man of the box.
Oh wow!
Just so you guys know, it's not. I'm not making it up. All right. Anything else you want to get to, Colby?
Well, looking back, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't take LSU without one of their better players who didn't play.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, Jalen Reed didn't play that game.
Auburn, Ohio State. I should have made that a lock twice. That was a rocking chair win, top to bottom.
Also, that Rutgers Seton Hall line. I took Seton Hall because it was we Benedict that one, or I Benedict that one. Because that line was like, dude, that line closed at like 15. Like that's a gigantic difference on the line, but
sometimes Pick Dundee makes a good number. Sometimes Pick Dundee doesn't make a good number. Now, just to be clear, we will be doing. These are all Pick Dundee numbers. Do we have any real numbers here?
I didn't. I believe they're all Pick Dundee. Let me see if there's anything out there right now.
Oh, so we might have some numbers for unlikely, but maybe we have some. So, but those same numbers that you were unhappy with on the last episode.
Well, I didn't know the LSU guy wasn't going to play. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of information that you find out right before. All
right, we got numbers for tomorrow's games at least, so I'll update as we go. All right, first up, and like I said earlier, we're doing. Again, Colby seems to just continue to take liberties with the length of this list, Sean. But it appears like we have about half of the games are on Tuesday the 17th. Half the games are for Wednesday the 18th. First up, little Big East action. It's DePaul day for St. John's out in the beautiful Queens, New York. 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. St. John's. Colby, nice work, fairly nice work here. I'm going to call this one at 13. Pick Dundee thought it would be 12 for those wondering at home. Are you on Patino? Lay the points here, right?
Well, they won by what? I feel like 27 last time they played, but this is a different DePaul team. And I think the real question is here. I want to ask you this, Kramer. Specifically you. You know, Patino was once the coach of the Providence Friars.
True.
Going to Providence the very next game. Is it a look ahead against a DePaul team that I know they're 8-2, but they've been traditionally horrible for the past 20 years?
So much of this is true.
Is it a look ahead spot for Patino going back to the chapel he built there in Providence, Rhode Island? That's my only concern here, and that is why I will take the points with the DePaul Blue Demons.
Well, DePaul, I mean, they didn't they never really were in the game, but they only lost by 14 to Texas Tech.
Covered. They were getting 14.5 that game.
Yeah. So I would imagine in a similar type of game. Oh boy. I think you might be right. I think you have to play the look. I mean, just so put it this way, for a guy like Patino to be traveling up to Providence, he's definitely thinking about it.
And it's not at the Garden.
Things out.
It's not at the Garden.
He's probably got a couple gals up there. Still got his number. Might be firing off some texts.
Some great diners on the way up along 95.
Oh, it's the diner corridor. And DePaul's offense. I mean, you can't give a DePaul team 13 points considering they shoot 40.4% from behind the arc. What are we doing here? This is an easy 13. I don't probably not live because I don't know. I feel like when the rubber hits the road, St. John's will wake up, but 13 is way too much. Kramer, you're on DePaul plus 13 as well.
I want to shout out DePaul. Like, this is a good team. They probably shouldn't have lost to Providence the other day in overtime. They should be probably 9-1. Like, they have come a long way. Chris Holtman coming in after that pressure fire at Ohio State. He comes into DePaul. Love their guards, Rivera and Gunn. And I just think we got to give them some. They've been ass since like the 80s. They used to be awesome back in the day, but this is their first team that I actually think it's possible they can make the NCAA tournament this year. So shout out to them.
Number 2 in the land in terms of reliance.
And shout out to Robert Martin.
Yeah.
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary watching SGPN. So shout out to you, Robert.
Does he have to get us a gift? How does that work?
Oh, well, he can get himself a gift over at the SGPN merch store. It's Merch Monday, promo code Monday, 10% off everything. So treat yourself. Get you a college experience hat. We got a bunch of fun. If you want like a sweatshirt of a reindeer doing cocaine, that's in our merch store.
Oh, I'll be wearing one of.
We got a puzzle with Ryan's head on it.
Yep. Well, I'll be wearing one of our holiday pieces on the NFL Pick Show this week.
Oh, well, I think Robert Martin, and if I may speak for him, he's still waiting for the CFL gambling podcast shirts to drop because he's a big Winnipeg Blue Bomber fan.
Oh, and shout out to you, Robert.
Yeah, I know he's been waiting for that to drop. But shout out to the great Robert Martin.
If we made a CFL design where we had the 8 cities for the 8 teams, which city would
nine?
Yeah. Which 9 cities? Which city would sell the best?
Oh, Toronto.
No, it's
Winnipeg. Really?
They're
this
like
would be
Packers
a great
fans.
contest.
They're like the Packers fans. Yeah.
I almost want to do this just to have a Canadian contest.
Okay.
How many shirts will we sell for CFL shirts if we do this?
4 to 5.
4 to 5?
Yeah.
What do you think, Colby?
I would take the under.
Well, I don't know. I sent you guys a few listeners that found SGPN via that CFL gambling podcast.
You send us every listener that mentions the
not
CFL
every. I think
show.
I forgot a couple. I was occupied. I was driving to Baton Rouge.
You got burners that you hey, hit me up and just mention the CFL show. I want to.
Joe is saying, what is that? 9 Canada cities. What does that convert to in American cities? I know it's not a 1-for-1 exchange rate. Joe, I'm guessing that's 6.5 cities. So shout out to Canada.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, DePaul, number 2 in the country in terms of 3-pointers. And that's one of the things St. John's hasn't been doing well this year, defending the 3-point line. So why not? Great point. And the Providence look ahead. I mean, again,
that's all you need.
There's some dangerous people up there in Providence. You got to be careful. Head on a swivel. 4 p.m. on the West Coast Tuesday, December 17th. We're heading to Charlotte, North Carolina, where the Gators of Florida come to town to take on the Tar Heels. Boy, did Bill Belichick look like he had a pep in his step walking out of the tunnel there in a college town. Young ladies everywhere. Belichick and his brother. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on this situation because I go back and watch him come out on the basketball court, Sean. He looks like he just got a blowjob.
Who?
Belichick.
Really?
He looks
nice
so
and
happy. He's relaxed. He's just out on a college campus in the South. Florida's laying 4 here on the really. Yeah, I mean, last we talked about Florida.
This is a neutral, FYI.
No.
Charlotte.
Colby.
Spectrum Center.
Charlotte, Chapel Hill is
Oh,
where
okay.
North
You're right.
Carolina's
You're
located.
right. Last we talked about Florida, we were
this is not a true home game for North Carolina.
Oh, it really is though if you know the city of Charlotte. But yes,
I don't know the city of Charlotte.
They'll have the crowd.
No, I wouldn't. I didn't say they wouldn't, but this is not their traditional home court, right?
No, this is 3 hours away.
Yeah.
But guys, we gotta have first off, we gotta talk a lot about this one. Because
what's going on with Todd Golden? He's still dealing with those
he's still sending those dick pics. They happen to like him in SEC territory. Sankey gave a phone call saying, look, I'm not big on this, but at the same time, good work. He's like, you don't have to send it to me. You don't have to send it to me, but good work. The
president of the country's doing it. It's probably,
buddy. I feel like there's so many avenues I want to take this to right now. First off, like North Carolina, I just read an article. What's that business magazine? I'm drawing a blank on it right now.
Wall Street Journal.
Maybe it was
a newspaper.
No, it's a business magazine.
Business Weekly.
Maybe that's it. I forget. I read an article.
It's just funny I imagine Colby in a dentist's office, just like paging through Business Weekly, going like, "What's this business?"
No, I don't know how I got sent this, but it was about North Carolina going all in on football, and their quotes are so great because you could tell the administration. I've always wondered why they never went into football, like all in on football. And there's several like kind of comments from chancellors and stuff that are like, no, we realize that football is driving this bus, and if we want to have our soccer team, we have to throw all of our money into football. But then also one of the best parts of this article was that, and then I listened to shout out to Danny Cannell, who was talking about that Dwight Freeney and Michael Jordan are golfing buddies, and that Freeney has thrown a bunch of money into Syracuse, and it became a kind of a pissing contest. And I did get word that Michael Jordan made a strong donation on the football program to basically fix
to help
it.
Bring home Bill Belichick
football program. I want to talk shit.
Colby, we were joking that they just need to build a casino on campus and let Jordan loose in the casino. They'll raise all the money they need.
Casino night again.
I just picture Jordan losing in golf to Freeney. And being like, oh, you motherfucker! All right, North Carolina's going to destroy Syracuse next year in the ACC. I'm throwing $50 million in.
We had Dwight Freeney on. He talked about golfing with Jordan and being buddies with him. It's I
don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't think Freeney can compete with Jordan on that level, right?
You think Michael Jordan has more money than Dwight Freeney, Ryan? It's a hot take.
I think. Well,
I think that's actually under review after the way that Jordan gambles. I think it needs to be looked into.
I mean, certainly Jordan has a bigger credit line at the casinos, but I don't know. Straight liquid. He's been trying to sell that house for a long time. Hasn't been able to move it. Eventually, he's going to win their markers back, Ryan. But it's been a while. It's been a while.
I mean, yeah.
So you have to take UNC here in the points, right? 4 points.
Where does he live, Sean?
Where does who live?
Michael Jordan lives in Charlotte. This is an event that he puts on.
Oh yeah.
This is what you call a C-note game.
Yes, sir.
You have undefeated Florida coming into Charlotte, where it's a Carolina crowd, and Jordan puts this event on. Please, I don't need any more of a breakdown. Carolina money line.
UNC does shoot 2.5% better from the line, but I'm with Colby. It doesn't matter. I mean, Florida, especially with the points, like this is going to come down to the last couple shots. So
isn't Florida a much better team
if UNC doesn't win outright? Yeah, but this is the ultimate get up spot for UNC.
One of my favorites was when Jimmy Mack was on our show.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jordan's like, remember the NFL didn't have the guaranteed contracts the NBA did, and they would gamble on golf in Chicago. And Jordan's like, come on, dude, let's go. Let's call it what did he say? It was like $10,000 a hole. And he's like,
Yeah, it started out in the front nine. He goes, it was like $100 a hole. And then at the turn, Jordan goes, all right, back nine. We're doing it for $1 million. He goes, I don't know what you think I get paid. He's like, I was lucky to make $1 million my entire career at that point. And he's like, I thought I could beat him, but I didn't want to risk $1 million on it. Kramer, what are you doing? Are you taking
Florida?
Really? This is a Colby. Put the guys on storm watch. Get Gordon's fisherman going.
I don't know if UNC is a good team.
It's a C-note game, buddy. This is like the SMU play, against Florida State.
Okay. I mean, North Carolina heads up to the Garden next too, so I'm sure that will be a C-note game as well.
Hey, have you guys signed up with mybookie.ag using that promo code SGPN? Just got my first touchdown bets in over at mybookie.ag. Got that sweet deposit bonus, 100% match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply on the rollover, so check that out. And yeah, super fast, easy deposit with crypto. Super fast, easy withdrawal, lightning fast. Beating the fastest book in the West, they call, as far as getting your money out. And yeah, in game. I mean, this website's super easy to use, massive prop menu, the prop builder, so much fun, easy to get lost to, very ladder friendly over at mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rebet. Rebet is a new take on the sportsbook experience, and that allows them to be available in 45 states in the United States of America. Open up the App Store, type in Rebet, and get a 100% match up to $100 when you use the promo code SGPN. That is Rebet in the App Store, 100% deposit match up to $100. Promo code SGPN.
All right. Continuing along, Oakland. Interesting. We're a little stretch here. Oakland taking on Michigan State at home. Michigan State laying 15. Well, actually, hold on. I did not confirm this is the real number. Yeah, all these are open, by the way, for tomorrow.
Oh, okay, great.
You guys know this game, right? I know you guys. Actually, wait.
This is the actual number is 16. Michigan State laying 16 at home. Colby was close, but no cigar. Is Colby changing? Oh,
I was going to save this for later on.
Whoa, he's got his he's going deep.
Oh, he's got the mask on.
Hold on.
Was going to save this for later on, but there we go.
Oh, the tank is out.
Well, as you know, Greg Campy, the head coach of Oakland. This is the ugly sweater game where they wear the
Grinch. They make him wear the
There's two coaching legends going at it. Obviously, both Greg Campy can no longer say that he doesn't have success in March after they knocked off Kentucky last year with our boy Golke. So this is a big time game, and Green, you're looking kind of you're like a man without a country right now, huh?
I know. Ryan is he's looking like Scuba Steve over there with his snorkel equipment, and then
Sean's the guy in the boat.
Yeah, I'm the guy pumping up. Well, Colby has one of those old school scuba masks where you actually need to manually pump the oxygen down to him. This is a true old school diving mask. That's how old school Colby is. He hates dome football. He hates when scuba divers switch to tanks. You know, it used to be about the diving.
Give me the medal.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck if I get the bends. So yes, I got to pump oxygen down to Colby there.
I think we might even. I think we might even have some footage of Sean manning the boat right here. Yes. Right here. Yes, if I may, Kramer, can you?
Go. You got it. You got it.
Okay, look, that's Sean, right?
Me and the Paves in the boat.
That does kind of look like Sean.
This is
all business. Maybe he still doesn't realize he's going way too fast.
He's looking really strong. Like he's like, I got it, babes. Let me take you to the island, right? Yeah. And then
this is like Scott Van Pelt-esque.
Whoa!
How did they not die?
Let me ask you a question: who's better, the middle girl or the pilot there?
I'd rather hook up with the middle girl. Is that what you're getting at?
No, I'm saying like, what's the better laughter here? What's the better laugh? Like the guy looking all strong, like I got it, guys.
No, him just doing a complete 90 degrees to the floor is just impressive.
I mean, he goes. It's like he's completely unaware that he should hold on a little bit, and he just like he's completely.
Yeah, it's like he almost passes out before he hits the ground. It's crazy.
He goes face first,
full mummy
into a hard part of the boat.
There is CTE there, Colby.
But if I may, the girl in the middle, she kind of goes around the entire boat. She starts far right. She starts far right and ends
really
up far
a journey
left.
for her.
Yeah, and she's definitely, you can see the CTE here when she's trying to stand up as you
no, she can't stand
like
up.
her friend. No, she gets up in a second here. I've studied this tape. And
they're all concussed as shit.
Yeah, she gets up. What we hit? What was that?
It's impressive.
Don't worry, it's just some. Yeah, they just ran over.
Right, one too many
kids,
Bloody
dude.
Marys. Right? I love how they were trying to wave people in. Your boat's still standing. No one's gonna give a fuck, right?
Yeah, you're not drowning.
Yeah, I'm just sore. Does the other?
I shouldn't have had that fifth Bloody Mary. I shouldn't have had that fifth Bloody Mary.
I will say, if these are one of the moments where I would imagine that they were drunk. And
what?
Then I would imagine also they were very sober for a moment, and then right back into like, God damn it, why I don't want to be here.
So what are we doing? I'm seeing 17.5 for Michigan State. I think the play
17.5.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I think the play is to lay 17.5 with Michigan State. Colby, am I crazy? They don't have any goal keys on Oakland this year.
But they're figuring it out. I'm going to take the points because they're good friends. They're good friends. Don't underestimate calling off
this is
the
little
dogs.
brother.
If you're good friends.
So you think they?
Well, especially if you're going to come over the top of this massive number.
All right,
17.5.
No, I'm just reporting the chat. It's just reporting.
So the chat. You don't like my reporting. The chat's more important.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm looking at a book right now. 16.
Oh, that has it at 16.
Yeah,
all right.
That's all right though. Leave it at 17.
No, we'll make it 16.
I'm taking the points.
Okay, so we all have Oakland plus 16.
Yep.
Our Discord's on Michigan State.
Discord is on Michigan State. Clemson heads to Columbia to take on South Carolina. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Again, Tuesday the 17th. Clemson -1.5. You look hot over there, Colby. Clemson minus.
Whoa, come on, Ryan. We're trying to do a show. Stop flirting with Colby.
Well, I'm just saying,
Please.
he looks hot.
I'm not Daniel Jones, buddy.
Clemson is laying 1.5. Who is Daniel Jones? That's the new Commanders.
Oh wow.
Clemson laying 1.5 on the road here against the Cox. Clemson with a big time football game coming up in a little bit. Colby, what are we Clemson kind of let us down on the last card, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, speak for yourself. I think me and Sean were both on Memphis. And I took Memphis money line, and I thought part of that handicap was the Palmetto Bowl was on deck. And
I was wrong and you guys were right. That's pretty rare. Good call.
Thank you.
And I think this is a get right spot for Clemson. You saw South Carolina magically beat them in football on some 3rd and 16. Lenore Sellers ad libs this thing. I think Clemson's going to go in to the what is that? The Colonial Life Arena, please, and get that dub. All right.
So do you hate it because it's an arena?
Everything about it. Well, I like them saying the word colonial at least, though.
Yeah, I feel like Joe Theismann, if he hasn't already, is going to be doing some advertising. Hi, this is Joe Theismann for Colonial Life. Have you considered what's going to happen when you die? Your loved ones are going to be stuck with bills. You don't want that. That's why you got to sign up with Colonial Life.
Don't be a schmuck.
So wait, sorry, Colby, what are you doing? Are you taking Clemson here?
Yeah, I think it's a smash spot. I think Clemson's a lot better. I think they were looking ahead past Memphis. I think they get it right. They're a lot better than South Carolina, just to me from a personnel standpoint this year. They're also older, so I like
Cox
that.
not good at the line, Sean. You probably like Clemson in this matchup.
Oh yeah, 66.7%. Are you kidding me? That's not going to get it done as a home dog. Got to hit your free throws. Let's go. Clemson laying the 1.5. Kramer. Trifecta.
Yeah, I hate Clemson.
All right,
so that's why I keep taking them. UNLV, Dayton. Ooh, two teams we like here in Dayton, Ohio. Dayton This is another 4 p.m. tip here on the West Coast. Dayton is, I don't know if this one has been updated. 11 points I'm seeing. Favored by 11. Big number here, but come on, we got to take this is a bad spot for UNLV. Got to lay it.
Yeah, even though Dayton's coming off that magical come from behind win against Wisconsin, or no, against Marquette there, but
Marquette.
This is a revenge game. UNLV got them by 8. I think it was a year ago. I think Dayton has this one circled. You're going in. This place is one of the best places to catch a college basketball game in America.
Gonna be lit.
Oh, the lit factor through the roof. Storm on. All right. I don't know if they'll storm for UNLV.
They're 10-point favorites.
They're not going to storm. They're not going to.
Well, I mean, if it was just if it was UNLV and with Tark Shark, it would be a storm opportunity. But
obviously, they wouldn't be laying 11 points then.
It has nothing to do with the line. It just matters the teams. But yeah, this is no storm.
It kind of matters the line. You can't storm as like a 21-point favorite.
Don't tell Colby that.
Yep.
I think Colby would agree. If you're favored by 21 points, you can't storm.
Look, if it's ECU, NC State, and trust me, we should be favored 21 points every time we play those pitches. We should storm always. All right. It was so. Shout out to Weehawk. Me and him were talking about the how like everyone's disgraced by the flag planting, and he brought up a good point of when Kansas fans stormed at Kansas State and took down their goalpost. And I was like, yeah, ECU did that at NC State. Like, I can only imagine the outrage now. If they think that's bad with the little flag plant, we took down the goalpost at NC State, and then they didn't schedule us. Then they didn't schedule us for 20 years. But
get the Department of Justice on these insurrectionists. Stumbled through that one. Cincinnati on deck. Any concerns there for Dayton?
Yes, a little bit.
Really?
I mean, just
a big game. It's a neutral.
It's a big game.
Yeah. UNLV. They're not in the same class. They've struggled when they go up in class. Shout out to the Rebels. Love the program, but Dayton rolls. You lay the 11. Kramer.
Yeah, that's where I started this handicap. You gotta play it that way. And Patrick Fisher chiming into the conversation. Colby, if you storm the court as a single digit dog, you're a loser.
Wow.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
it depends. I mean, in college basketball, like
he is a Bills fan, so
I would say
be organic. It could, if you're just having cocktails, like, dude, I remember Patino came into Greenville, North Carolina. We were at a game. We were pretty well liquored up. Now, ECU had like a double-digit halftime lead, and we made our mind up that I was like, we're storming this thing, right? We're storming it. And this is like Patino's year 1. So Louisville was not very good. Right. And I was like,
premeditated storming.
We're storming this thing. We're going to storm. We're going to storm. Like, the energy's right. Now, the problem is they ended up winning, but I think the
energy's right.
Cool. Yeah. Storm. Let's get a meteorology report. UNC 4-point home dogs. If they knock off an undefeated Florida team, storm worthy.
Not a home.
Now it's not. It's at a semi-neutral.
I think they should, but I just don't know what that crowd like. It's going to be a Carolina crowd. So it's not going to be students. There's no students.
Yeah, you can't. Right? You storm if you and if you are a student, you can't storm at one of these places that might actually throw you in jail. You're not getting thrown.
That's an NBA arena too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's real security there. You know, there's hero security guards there.
No, they're probably load management though.
Trying to take guys out. No, but the security guards, they would revel in the idea of getting to take some kid out, trying to run onto the court. That's what those guys dream of. Seton Hall, Villanova. Ooh, we're heading to not Philly to 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Oh, is that? It's not meant to be disrespectful. I was just pointing out it's not. I've been told before on this show by someone on this show that it's not Philly. So Villanova laying 9.5. Sean?
Is that Sean or the bet detective? I don't know which one.
Yeah, no, I want to take Villanova here, but it does seem like this might be a get up spot for Seton Hall. But Seton Hall, I have a rule. I can't bet on teams who shoot below 60% from the free throw line. I cannot consider you a serious basketball team if you shoot below 60% from the line. And Villanova has kind of woken up a little bit. Nice quality win against Cincinnati at home, destroyed Temple. So I think you take the Cats laying the big number here.
Big win against FTU on Wednesday.
No, but I mean, before early on in the season, things were looking rough. Losing to St. Joe's, losing to Columbia. They've righted the ship here a little bit. So I think they roll here against Seton Hall. Colby, what are you doing?
No, you got to lock Seton Hall here. Look, first off, the regionality of this game. Look, they lost to Columbia, New York, right? They lost to St. Joe's, Philly. They lost to Virginia, right? They lost to Maryland, right? These teams that are, they know there's blood in the water. These are sharks swimming around here. I understand that Seton Hall is not nearly as good, losing Davis and Richmond. They're not a good team by any means, but 9.5 against a shitty Villanova team. No, give me the 9.5. I think it's worth a money line sprinkle. Let's go.
Crazy.
Better coach. Ian Holloway is a much better coach than Kyle Neptune.
Yeah, well, look what they did to Temple. They beat Temple in a regional rivalry.
Temple's always on the take. Who the fuck knows what's happening with Temple? All right, they got the FBI fucking scratching half their.
All right, that's fair.
It's like horse racing. You got just the late scratch. You got like Temple. They put a lineup out, and they're just like, oh, this guy's not playing, and we don't know why.
Not playing due to FBI. It's a new one on the injury report. Kramer, what are you doing? You're taking Seton Hall, right? You're a sharp.
I mean, what I'm trying to figure out is how Colby is talking. I mean, their only win over the last. I mean, they did beat Florida Atlantic, but their only win over the last couple of weeks against NJIT.
Dude, they should have beat Rutgers. That Rutgers game, that was a buzzer beater by Rutgers. They were better than Rutgers the whole game.
Fine, I'll take Seton Hall. I'll join Colby. I can't bear to take this Villanova team is bad. Seton Hall's bad too, though. Everyone's bad. Fade the Big East, as Colby says. Drake, Kansas State. We're heading to Manhattan, Kansas. 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Kansas State. I feel like I want to say I caught them in their last game. Maybe it was 2 games ago. Sometimes you forget about that hair.
Wait,
-1.
This is in Kansas City. It's in Kansas City.
What?
I forgot.
Interesting. The book I'm looking at also has it. Does not have an asterisk here. Are you positive?
Yeah, it's at the T-Mobile Center.
Kansas. Gross.
So good luck with your reception.
Yep. So that we're gonna move the number. The number is 1.5. Kansas State laying it in the neutral site. Little trivia. Where is Drake University located, Sean?
Yeah, let Sean.
Ohio.
Colby, care to guess?
I mean, I know
Colby knows where Drake is.
You got to ask the chat.
With the chat, I'm sure the chat knows.
I clicked through and I saw the answer.
Oh, where is it?
Des Moines, Iowa.
I'll give you a second guess.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Beautiful Iowa.
I believe the S. I believe the S is silent. Des Moines.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we're gonna get J Mark.
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Right, whatever.
Come on, people from Iowa.
Pronunciation police.
I know.
Shout out to Iowa. I know there's a lot of.
I'm a degenerate.
I know
that's degenerate country. I see where the signups come from and where the shirts go. So shout out to you, Des Moines.
Yeah. Come on, Sean. I know Iowa's just a place we fly over, but
that's your angle. I don't think less of the the other states.
Just don't know how to pronounce their capitals. J Mark will be disappointed in you. Colby, which side are we on here?
I'm going on that school from Des Moines. Look, the way that they can like if this was in Manhattan, I think you'd be all over Kansas State here, but a neutral and Kansas State, if I may be honest with Jerome Tang, that Tang, shout out to everyone out there that's had Tang, whether that means pussy or that means actual Tang. They're kind of terrible. Like I thought this K-State team would work out. They spent some money in the portal. They lost to Liberty. The Flamin' Libs got them. LSU got them. St. John's blew them out. Drake's 9-0, and they brought in like a transfer portal team that came in with the coach. I think Drake's just a better team. And if it's a neutral, give me Drake. I getting points. Yeah. Give me Drake.
It was the French colonists that named it Des Moines. And
I'm catering to the French.
Translates to from the monks or of the monks. Shout out.
Tell that to the people in Des Moines. I don't think they'd like to hear their town was named by some Frenchies.
They're probably aware. I'm gonna guess they're aware.
I bet you do a man on the street walking around Des Moines asking who came up with the name.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess they know.
Okay. Drake, I'm with Colby. Drake's offensive rebounding, one of the best in the nation, better from the line. This should be a good game, but the fact that it's on the neutral, I think you go Drake. So yeah, give me Drake. Getting the 1.5.
Do I need to update my? So we're out on Tang now.
I don't know. He was in. I look. I think I like him, but I'm just saying, like, he brought in. This is the second year in a row. The first year, see, and this is a thing moving forward. I think you see this all the time in football. If you're going to be a team that lives and dies by the transfer portal, you have to pay attention to the continuity. There's been issues with the team, like they just don't play well together, and I think are they talented? 100%. They're way more talented than Drake. But look at Drake. Drake's coach comes in from the D2 ranks. He brings in a lot of D2 players, and they've been kicking ass. You know what I mean? Like they've beaten some really good teams this year. Vanderbilt being one of them. Vanderbilt's off to a great start. They took down Florida Atlantic that we just mentioned that was in the Final Four a couple years ago. I know they don't have Dusty May. They took down Jimmy Larinaga by like 20 points. So
are we worried that Drake is undefeated and as a dog? I feel like that sometimes
I was ready to jump all over them, all over K-State if it was in the Little Apple.
Yeah,
I think now you're thinking, man, these Drake players, they're D2 players. Oh, and they get an opportunity to go up against all this NIL money. They're gonna fuck them up, I think. And then I think if you're looking for one to circle, I think you're looking at Bradley on January 8th. So put that feather in your cap there, Green. Bradley, January 8th.
So they get knocked off?
Okay. Yeah.
It's all these old dudes, to Colby's point.
Yeah.
Right? Like, isn't that the argument for Drake?
Add that, like, when you look at, like, Coleman Hawkins got paid more than, like, their whole goddamn team. You know what I mean? Like, I think that, like, feeds fire. You know what I mean? Like, bad enough that you didn't get any D1 offers, let alone
all right. I'm in
Power 5 offers. Yeah,
tied for the 5th longest win streak in the country at 9, Sean, with Missouri.
So consensus play on Drake there, 1.5.
Discord's getting a heavy card this week. What could possibly go wrong?
Speed it up, Brian. We got kickoff.
UC San Diego, Utah State. All right. Sean says faster.
Yeah, come on.
Logan, Utah. Yep. Totally the reason this is going slowly. 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Utah State laying a healthy number here, 8.5.
Colby, what are you doing?
He's going deep again.
I mean,
what's the nugget we don't know?
Well, this is just a great game, and I'm sure you guys. I'm sure Kramer was wondering. Oh, I don't know. Kramer's got the glasses on. Sean, you're probably wondering. UC San Diego has a basketball team.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. The Tritons and Utah State.
Tritons?
Yes. Utah State is coach proof. You saw them lose. You know how many coaches over the past 5 years? I feel like it's 4 or 5 coaches now. You had Odom leave for VCU. You had what's his guy? Sprinkle leave for Washington, and then they bring in Jared Calhoun from Youngstown State, former Bob Huggins and Ryan McIntyre guy. When I got to talk to him at Mountain West Media Day, he invited us up there for some dinner. All right. So, you know, but
he knows how to close.
He walks right in and they're 10-0. They're 10-0, right?
Yeah.
And UC San Diego went out and did that tournament by your apartment there, Kramer, in Orlando. Nice. And they ran through that tournament, which might have included Virginia Tech. I can't remember. And they're like legit really good. When you look at their loss, they lost randomly to Seattle, but the only other loss was a close loss to San Diego State, who we know is a really good basketball team. It's a fascinating game, but I do think the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum, if you haven't been to Logan, this place is one of the biggest home court environments.
And you're at 4,500 feet.
You told us all that nonsense about San Diego just to tell us that we're going to lay the points with Utah State.
I'm laying it with Utah State.
Well, I just thought you would. You guys don't really look at games like this, so I put the sun there so you can stay sharp.
Yeah, of course not, because this is a team that plays Cal State Bakersfield and fucking Laverne. You know what Laverne is? It's a small school out of the 210. I mean, come on, 109-33. What are we talking about?
They also took down the Gauchos of Santa Barbara. They took down Toledo. They took down JMU, the best team in Virginia.
Not a basketball school. Yeah, no, we're all on Utah State. This is very simple. This is one of the simplest handicaps you can have. Upstart team goes on the road to Logan, Utah. They're gonna get their shit pushed in, and they're not. Yeah. And no soaking.
Head over to underdogfantasy.com. Use the promo code SGPN. Get that sweet sign up deposit bonus. 50% match up to $1,000. College basketball. They got it higher, lower. Colby, what are we doing? There's a bunch of available picks already for tomorrow. What do you like?
I gotta take you to football because, well, really for tomorrow because I saw a lot of them for tonight. I will take you.
Football.
Yeah, we have a real invitational, a 12-team invitational.
Yeah,
and I think there's opportunity out there for the good folks. First, we have. I know we're going to talk about this game tonight, but have you guys seen the weather forecast for South Bend?
No, we got some snow games.
Oh yeah,
just electric.
Now, having said that, Notre Dame has a stud tight end named Mitchell Evans, right? As I'm trying to pull up the number again.
Yep. 29.5 receiving yards, 15.5 longest reception. What do we do? Just taking the total yards?
Yeah. Take the higher on that because look, Notre Dame is a run first team. Indiana, as you saw with the Ohio State game, they have a great rush defense. It's their pass defense. It's a bit shaky. I think Notre Dame can open up things with the play action a little bit. And I think, just their receivers are very limited. I think if there's one edge Notre Dame thinks about in this game, it is their tight end against the linebackers. Notre Dame always has great tight ends back to the days of Kyle Rudolph and Derek Brown and all those guys. But I think this is an edge that they have and that they've pinpointed. So I think that's one angle to jump on there. On the other side of things, let's go to the Texas Clemson game.
Ooh.
Quinn Ewers has played like shit the past 3 weeks. Did you know that there's rumblings? First off, there have been reports that Quinn Ewers might transfer before testing out the NBA or the NFL draft. No shit. You're going to be a 7th round draft pick right now? Like, there's rumblings that you might, like DJ Uke. I don't know who his agent is, but shout out to DJ Uke. I'm entering the NFL draft. Yeah. But they're not letting you.
As a tight end.
I'm also entering the NFL draft. No, yeah. Quinn Ewers, they said, was going to get, there's a rumor, $4 million from Michigan State.
I know Missouri is in there because I think Texas is going to force him out the door because you have Arch Manning.
Yeah.
They've made promises. And then Ewers, let's be honest, in these big games, he's kind of sucked, with the exception of that one game against Bama 2 years ago. He's kind of been shitty in a lot of these games. So I'm going to take the lower 264.5 passing yards. Clemson's got a good defense. Dalbo is a veteran in these games. And also it's going to be like 44 degrees. That's actually like freezing for people in Austin, Texas. If you've been to Austin, Texas.
So lower 264.5 on Quinn Ewers. Cause there's a couple ways. If he struggles, they might have him on a short leash with Arch there.
Arch has played some in all these games too. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe, or he gets injured all the time. Cause he kind of, he's a launcher. He's a launcher. So, one blitz and boom. All right. Yeah, I think it's a solid play right there.
All right. So Mitchell Evans, tight end for Notre Dame, higher 29.5 receiving yards. And then Quinn Ewers lower on the, or on the 264.5.
If you want to add a third, Cade Klubnik, the quarterback of Clemson. I know he was a highly touted guy, struggled in year one with Lincoln Riley's brother Garrett Riley as the OC, but he's gotten more and more comfortable with each given week. He is from Austin, Texas, same high school as Drew Brees, right? Oh. And 208.5 passing yards against the Texas secondary. That I think the stats lie to you a little bit. This Texas secondary, they're fantastic. Well, you play 7 backup quarterbacks, your stats are going to be fantastic. I think he can hit higher than 208.5 passing.
If you're going to come on this program, you don't say same high school as Drew Brees. You say same high school as Nick Foles.
Woo.
That is a great nugget.
I mean, just some of us know about Westlake out there in Austin.
$100 entry would return you $660 if you played all three. Go to underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
All right,
Creighton, Georgetown. What we got, Kramer?
Well, Sean, I will get to that now. Might have to take a little bit more time because you're pushing this. Creighton,
You're like my wife.
heads down to our nation's capital. They have been invited to take on Georgetown, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast, Wednesday, December 18th. These are now Pick Dundee numbers. I do not believe we have anything out in the wild for.
Who faded Creighton? Or I'm sorry, who faded Georgetown the other day?
What do you? Not me. I was on Georgetown.
Not me
That was
either.
a Syracuse play.
Ah,
Oh, what happened? How'd that go for you?
Not great. They lost.
Ed Cooley flushed the toilet on you, buddy. All right. He said, "I'm sick of being called Hitler. I'm sick of being called Hitler. All right. I got other plans here." And he's in the nation's capital now. And
So
I think Georgetown's turning a corner.
You're projecting this to be a 4-point home dog for Georgetown?
I think if anything, it might even be higher for Creighton.
Oh.
But yeah, I think 3.5, 4, 4.5, something like that.
Yeah, call it 4. Sounds good.
I think Georgetown is turning a corner, and even though Creighton, Pop Isaacs is out for the year. Now I will say Creighton did look pretty good at Alabama, better than I thought. I'll put it like that. But that's an Alabama game. I think Georgetown has been known to be. I think like if you ask the Creighton team that's been a part of this Big East, Georgetown's just a pushover. Georgetown, the Hoyas.
Creighton's a good play on at home. This is a back-to-back road spot. This is going to be tough for them. And then you have Georgetown as a home dog. To me, that's pretty simple. These are the games where Ed Cooley thrives. I should have listened to that in the Syracuse game, but I'm gonna play it here. So give me Georgetown +4.
Oh, bullshit! You'll pick against Syracuse. Bullshit.
I have picked against Syracuse this time and this year in cash. So thanks for listening.
Is that true? Do you remember that, Colby?
Do you want me to bring up the game?
Football or basketball? What are we talking?
No, in basketball. It was a couple weeks ago. I'll find it. They were a big favorite.
Colgate? It was the Colgate one.
Yeah.
That's my first.
No, he's got Syracuse -14.5. It wasn't that game. Texas, you were on Syracuse.
When they hit the road, did they hit the road somewhere there?
Oh, Cornell. He took Cornell.
Oh, Big Red.
Come on.
That's the same difference.
Georgetown. Come on, Sean. We were rubbing elbows with some Georgetown alumni, and I was.
Oh yeah, we were.
I earned a lot of street credit for us by knowing who Victor Page was. Guys,
great work.
It's like ball. I was like, absolutely, I do know ball. Memphis heads to Charlottesville, Virginia. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. I wonder which team has the good people here, Memphis or Virginia. Memphis projected to be laying 2 by Pick Dundee. My new favorite thing when I put on social media, what the fuck is a wahoo anyway? And people respond to me telling me it's a fish. No
I'm
shit,
curious.
Sherlock.
What was your reaction to Virginia getting a large donation to their football program, a gigantic donation to their football program?
I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about that. The 2 times in 25 years they've popped their head up and beaten Virginia Tech. What I'm more worried about is this fucking Bill Belichick coming into the area and immediately sending his
or Michael Vick.
Did
you see that news?
And sending his henchman, Mike Lombardi, talking about going after the Tidewater area, stay out. And then Michael. Michael Vick's out in Sacramento State.
No, he interviewed at Norfolk State too.
Oh, that would be a little bit more concerning. But even then, that would be less concerning because they're clearly a tier beneath. The Belichick thing is that's very. He needs to get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense.
Oh, buddy, I feel like he's all over the place, Sean.
But
we gotta check in on him.
Wait, so Vic did not? Sean broke the news in the office earlier that Sacramento State was a done deal. Is that not true?
Wait, is that done? I saw that he took an interview at Norfolk State. So I saw he took an interview at Sac State.
I I didn't see any confirmation, but Sean is usually pretty good about that stuff, so I just assumed he was accurate.
Sure. Tom Hanks made a strong donation to Sac State football. Shout out to Tommy Hanks.
Did?
He's a Sac State alum, but I wonder if
now they're reporting it's not quite a done deal, but it does sound like it's close.
Well,
I was wondering if you were chum with Tommy Hanks, Apollo 13.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm not friends with Tom Hanks. Not friends with Tom Hanks, but whatever team Michael Vick is coaching, I will be rooting for. Big Michael Vick fan. So yeah, Memphis laying 2. That's where I'll be. Where are you guys at with this game?
This is actually it's alarming when you run the numbers. I tend to believe this number will be higher, but Virginia's fucking horrible.
Want to bump it up?
Yeah, let's bump it up.
Make it 4.
I've taken Memphis every time though. Memphis has guys that play basketball. The others,
are we worried about a letdown spot here for Memphis?
Always possible.
Because they just beat Clemson in Clemson.
Virginia
in
sucks.
OT back-to-back road game. Isn't this when UVA gets up?
If they get up, yeah,
they suck. They every good team they've played, they've lost to.
All right, I'll take Memphis. Just the letdown has
they've literally
slightly worried.
This is not meant to be. Let me look at their schedule before I say this. But they've not beaten a good team. Oh, okay. They beat Villanova, but that was early in the season when Villanova sucked.
Not a good team.
That's not a good team.
Yeah. Okay. Memphis, lay it. This might be bigger. 4. Is that where we landed?
Yep. 4.
Xavier heading to Hartford, Connecticut to take on UConn. 4 p.m. on the West Coast, Wednesday, December 18th. UConn. I still cannot believe you idiots faded UConn in the Garden.
Oh, geez.
It's such a basic ass handicap. UConn laying 10.5 according to Pick Dundee here against Xavier. This one's this isn't in stores. This is a neutral site.
They play in Hartford? Is it Hartford? I think sometimes.
Oh, this is one of those where they kick a little down to the Connecticut Mafia.
Yeah, well, it's still the XL Center, right? Isn't that they play a good amount of games there? I feel like.
All right, now we got to do some more checking. I mean, remember
I always get
Colby
confused.
used to know ball?
It's the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah.
That's their home arena.
That's their home arena, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but they do play. You know what confuses us, Kramer, is occasionally they will play some of these other spots in Connecticut. That's what makes it confusing.
All right. Well, I was told by Mr. Hurley there'd be no more bullshit in the middle of the season. So I don't know what to think about this Connecticut team. Obviously they were never going to lose in the Garden, but they've also looked like ass at times. Granted, it was all at the whatever Invitational.
Well, this is a kind of not. This is a tough situation spot for both teams. Xavier, doing battle against Cincinnati, and then Connecticut, off a nice win in the Garden. You could make a case for somewhat of a letdown spot for both teams.
Yeah, Cincinnati, big rivalry.
Yeah, my take would still be to go Xavier plus 10.5, but I'm willing to be talked out of it. Colby, what are you doing?
Yes, let's see if I can talk you out of it, because Xavier just lost not only that big rivalry game, they lost their best player. Zach Fremantle's injured; he's out indefinitely. Okay. This is a guy that's averaged double digits. He's scored in double digits every game of the season, including 18-7 against Cincinnati, 27-10 the game before that. I mean, he's their best player. So I mean, to me, the way UConn's playing right now, I like laying this number.
Let's go UConn laying the 10.5. Kramer, making a trifecta.
Hurley really has been annoying this season.
He really has.
It really has. I'm tempted to take the points here. I'm with you. The little bit of a letdown spot coming out of the Garden, beating Gonzaga like that.
But to Colby's point, Xavier also was in a bloodbath against Cincinnati, and
give me the points.
Best players.
Give me the points. Desperation.
It could be a hair high.
The Dons, San Francisco, heading to Bradley. A little bit of a trip here. 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Peoria.
Peoria.
And I'm the retard. What are you?
Oh wow. Strong offensive from Sean.
No, you're just insulting me all show.
They're fair. They're fair insults. Just like that was a fair insult.
There you go.
But I wouldn't be so offensive when I know I'm going to make another mistake in the future. Bradley -1 according to Pick Dundee. This feels like a stretch. Like people come for the show. Sean's trying to get out of here. Hates talking about college basketball.
No, I know. We just
we're
up
Bradley,
against Monday Night Football.
Bradley, San Francisco.
Where's this at on the Ken Palm or the Torvik game rankings, Kramer?
Are you saying that because it's high?
I'm asking that.
Oh, but you don't know the answer.
I don't.
Okay. You know what? For the entertainment of a game, I like to look at. Oh my goodness, it's the third highest rated game on the card for Wednesday. Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, it is two.
I don't like that at all. Colby just made me look
interesting matchups between these two teams. Bradley with like a red hot offense, best in the nation and 3-point percentage, best in the nation effective field goal percentage. Versus San Francisco defense, the Dons, pretty solid themselves there defensively and not too shabby on offense. I'm just gonna default to taking the home team here. So,
Sean, the Dons did flush the toilet on Sister Jean last night.
Wow,
is Sister Jean gonna just? Are they gonna just like she's gonna stop showing up to games one day and that's gonna be the end?
I would never predict the end of Sister Jean. She's gonna go on forever. So. I think this is a little letdown spot for the Dons after a neutral. Where was the?
It was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So essentially,
this is their first true away game, Sean.
First true away game, back-to-back road spot. All the indicators are saying Bradley all day. Yep. Colby, do you agree?
I'm all over Bradley. You ever seen Sister Jean in Wisconsin, Sean? Let me tell you, cheese curds,
shotgun some beers,
cheese curds, and the Jameson are flying.
If they want to go viral, have Sister Jean do a beer pong. That would be incredible. That would be electric.
Oh, Bradley's a really good team, especially at home, though. I think you got to hammer Bradley here.
Yeah, no, first road game theory. Plus, this is a strange road spot. This is a very, very strange road spot. Butler heads to Milwaukee. This is a neutral site, I take it?
No, Marquette's in Milwaukee. Yeah.
All right. Butler, Marquette, -12.5, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. All right. What are we talking about here? You've been telling us how bad the Big East is this year.
Yeah.
Marquette's one of the good teams.
Marquette is one of the good. They blew a double-digit lead against Dayton. Do they get right back on the right side of things? Butler's been all over the place this year. Butler has lost to terrible teams. They've also scored big wins. So, beating Mississippi State, beating Northwestern, beating SMU. Those are all three good teams, but they've also lost to Austin Peay and North Dakota State. So they're a very hard team to read, but I think they will get up and cover. It's too big of a number. I don't like Shaka as a double-digit favorite. I think that's one of the rules that you might have wrote down drunk.
Yeah, I normally would be with you, Colby, but Shaka off a loss and the way they lost back at home, I'm going to lay the 12.5. And Butler's been ice cold as of late. It's a tough travel spot for them as well. So I'm going against you. I know I don't love laying this big of a number with Shaka, but I think the situation warrants it. So give me Marquette laying the 12.5.
I think they only have not. Well, what are they not covered versus Central Michigan at home? Everything else clean.
Yeah. The George Mason game was deceiving. It was like a 3-point game. Don't look too much into that one.
I'm not. I mean, we can have that debate, but I'm not looking that much into it. But I am going to lay the points with Marquette at home. Good luck, Colby, aka the anchor. Michigan had another. This is
it's part of the Jordan Classic.
Okay, so Jordan pays all these teams to come to Charlotte, including North Carolina.
Yeah, normally they've been doing it the same day, but they do a women's tournament too. So they're doing one guy, one gal, and then the next night one guy, one gal.
Well, that's different. I saw that lady on OnlyFans did 100 guys and 0 gals.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who will
I like
get
that.
penetration.
Jordan taking a different approach. Michigan laying 3 against Oklahoma here. Porter Moser and the boy Porter needs to go and take a trip and see Sister Jean and get and dab her up, because she I'm telling you, we're near the end of Sister Jean. It's just the shine has worn off that relic. Michigan's not good enough to be laying 3 here, right?
I don't know though. You have Oklahoma coming off of Bedlam. That's the only this is one where I'm open, Kramer.
And Michigan's coming off a loss.
Well, also is Michigan the proudest non-North Carolina Jordan brand college for Jordan in terms of one of those, if we're talking about this being a C-note game potentially for Michigan here.
I think we have to take Michigan here. I think it's just all about the spot. You come off of Bedlam, talking shit all in state.
Well, and then this is where I think we fade the undefeated team catching points with Oklahoma. I'm going to take Michigan laying the 3. The line's telling you something. I'm going to listen. Give me Michigan laying the 3 on the neutral.
I'm with you too. Don't tell Beanick, but Dusty May's got them ahead of schedule. They're ahead of schedule.
Ooh.
Yeah. And despite the loss, I think they're a better team than I thought they were. And Oklahoma is due. Because if you get through this game, Central Arkansas and Prairie View are next, so that means they're going undefeated until the new year. I think this is the one they drop. Give me the Wolverines to get it done in Charlotte.
Are we worried at all about Michigan's offense getting turned over repeatedly by Oklahoma?
I mean, what you're looking at that? Both teams are great defensive teams. Both teams are top 70 defensive rated teams.
Michigan's been loose with the ball this year. That's all. Just pointing that out. All right. I didn't think that.
What are you doing, Ryan?
Oh, again,
hemming and hawing. Shit, off the pot.
I'm not hemming or hawing. The whole thing started with this: is Michigan is the proudest non-North Carolina school that Jordan has.
Okay.
So it's a C-note game for them. Lay the points. 6 p.m. on the West Coast, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sean's got the elevation coming up after the break. VCU, New Mexico laying 1.5. Colby. This feels like an extra game. VCU all the way out in the desert. No way we're taking them, right?
Extra game. I mean, you got the pit where everyone gets laid. You got Patino Jr. You got you can't talk college basketball without the great state of New Mexico. At this very court where Jimmy V was running around searching for his damn team. All right.
It's true.
And then you got VCU, another school in Virginia, better than Virginia Tech because they've been to the Final Four, which the Hokies have never done. Lunch pail mentality, Sean. But yeah, they're a bridge too far right now. I know they went out to Vegas. They destroyed Colorado State. They're going to go to Albuquerque. Come on, the pit is going to get them here. New Mexico, big.
There are some interesting
Slit
roads
in the pit. It's higher than Mile High. It's 53.13 is the elevation all over New Mexico here. Potential lock. Kramer, what are you doing?
What is the elevation of Richmond, Virginia, where VCU is? Colby, I'll let you go first.
I mean, it's nothing, right? This is like 400 feet.
Okay, Sean.
13 feet.
213 feet.
Damn it.
You guys are right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way. Give me a VCU in the pit, as Colby said. No way. I know why he put this on the card. This is everyone leading the witness. Now, hopefully we get the right side. Washington State, Washington, the Apple, do they call this the Apple Cup on the hardwood?
Of course.
8 p.m. on the West Coast, Seattle, Washington. 1 point. Washington State is laying. I feel like I've seen both these teams play this year, and they're both looking pretty good. Colby, which side are you on?
I think Washington State's the better team this year. I know Washington's, I think Washington sprinkle long term might be better, but David Riley's done a great job at Washington State. I know it's a road game here, but I just think they're a flat out better team this year. I will take the Cougs. Get this Husky bullshit out of here. All right. Let's go. Cougs all day. You know this brand. All right. Who the hell are you to be asking me that? All right.
They have already gotten the. Not only have they played in a semi away game in Iowa, but they also played at Nevada already, and a strange game up in Where the Idaho Central Arena. So they've been well traveled already. Not worried about this being a tough road rivalry spot. Yeah, I'm with Colby. I like go Cougs.
Go Cougs. Washington State very good from the field. 13th in 2-point percentage. 59.9. Washington can't shoot the ball and they can't hit their free throws. 7-point percentage difference. This is potential lock here. Give me Washington State laying the points. In you know at Old Washington there.
I love
at the Alaska Airlines Arena in Seattle, Washington.
I'd also point out that Watts is one of the better last names an athlete can have.
Well, it's working for TJ Watt.
No, Watts.
Oh,
plural.
Watts.
Yeah.
Plural.
Yeah.
Well, there are multiple Watts.
Yeah, no, that's true. Also, one of them even played fullback. All right.
The lost Watt.
Colby's long list of games is over.
Hey, time for our locks and our dogs. Brought to you by Rhythm. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Sign up for their 7-day free trial today. Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM, and start building your own models here. Perfect for college basketball. I'm looking through right now. If you're looking for some bonus action.
You know those phallic pottery videos?
No, I don't know what. No, not at all. What are you talking about?
We could do some modeling. We're modeling with clay. Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea what kind of videos you're watching.
Colby knows what I'm talking about. It's probably in the animal algorithm.
like Swayze and Ghost. He's just sitting there.
Kind of like you got the wet clay spinning around and. You know, it naturally only can really turn into a couple different shapes. And one of those shapes is, you know, when your hand is wrapped around it, it can be, you know, misconstrued.
Bonus play for Rhythm. Jacksonville State at Missouri. Rhythm likes Jacksonville State getting 16.5. My model likes it. Rhythm's model likes it. And you'll like Rhythm. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Get your 7-day free trial today. Kramer, 3 locks and a dog.
3 locks and a dog. All right. Lock number 1, Utah State. No way. Lock number 2, New Mexico. No way. There's some obvious no way spots here. Lock number 3. Oof. Not as obvious, but I'm with Colby. Give me a Drake plus 1.5. And for the dog, just checking to see how many dog options I have. Give me Georgetown at home. Ed Cooley and the boys, they're back.
Okay. I'll give out 4 locks. Kramer only wanted to do 3.
You said 3 locks and a dog.
Oh, sorry. 4.
Oh, okay. Well, if there's a 4th lock, then I'm happy.
Well, we did 4 locks last week.
Okay. Bradley, another tough road spot.
Yeah. New Mexico laying the 1.5. Bradley laying the 1. Clemson laying the 1.5. Washington State laying the 1. And UNC does it for old Jordan on the money line. Colby, what do you got?
Well, me and Sean are you know, we're in cahoots.
Peas in a pod.
Yeah. Clearly, we know we didn't take any trips to the desert. You know what I mean? To get our brains off of sport, which is just strange to me. But yeah, I will lock up the likes of New Mexico. I will also lock up Bradley. I will also lock up Washington State, and my 4th lock will be Utah State. So there is that. The dog is North Carolina money line. This thing is hitting. Get this Florida bullshit out of here with your little dick pics. All right, Todd. You look at Todd Golden. He can only send dick pics because you know he's not laying the lumber to anyone out there. All right, go Google image old Todd Golden and tell me if you think this guy is going through all of Florida with his lumber.
The interesting thing is, so he in his mind, the picture of his dick is gonna be the deal break or the thing that locks it in for him. I don't know. I never quite understood that. Brett Favre too. Like, what were you thinking? With that, you thought that you're Brett Favre?
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think your dick is going to close any deals.
I think
Brett Favre is going to close the deals.
maybe
Brett
if you're like
dick.
a cashier at Walmart, but you have a massive hog, you want to make sure, like, hey, realize you think I'm just a cashier at Walmart. Hey, it's an honest day job, but I have a massive cock. Then maybe you send the dick pic because they don't know.
Like
they don't know what you're packing down there.
If Favre just would have sent that Wrangler commercial with him like a black lab, that would have been all like Sturgill would have taken that all day. All right.
That's why Gastineau was mad. He's like, I got a massive hog. This Brett Favre, he's got this small
cock motherfucker stole my sack record. Hey,
pussy.
Mr. Favre, what you did was wrong. He reminds me of the guy in
from Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, who has the nail in his head.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Favre, you forgot your jacket. Motherfucker.
Favre, who's like one of the tougher quarterbacks we've had in the past 20 years. He still looked like a quarterback. He's like, I apologize.
He's like, he looked like he was ready to lay down. Yeah. He's like, you want me to lay down for you, Mark? Call it even. It was weird because usually Favre's not the most likable guy, but I felt bad for Favre because you're like, oh, Jesus. I mean,
not me. Not me. I was like, classic quarterback. Quarterback. He thinks he's a tough guy here, Brett Favre, with his goddamn painkillers and stealing all the poor people in Mississippi's money. I knew that he was, just at the same time, like Gastineau had inflicted. And Gastineau looks like he's like, if a sneeze came, he would fall over because he roided for about 40 years. But best part about Gastineau was him roiding in his 40s. He was like not in the NFL. And he was like, nah, I get a chance to still get top-notch ass. I'm gonna keep roiding.
It's a lifestyle choice, Colby.
Bonus parlay for me: Georgetown UNC moneyline parlay. 2 teams, both winning outright. Cash it for me.
I was so close. We just needed Louisville to come in.
Do you have a parlay, Kramer?
UConn and Georgetown would have been smash city. I would say, all right, let's do these weird ass road trips. Bradley with New Mexico with Utah State.
I'm with you. Put me that for a Kramer Dundee parlay.
Yeah, that's a teams going to dangerous locations.
How about
enemy lines?
That's the sand sandwich parlay. You're out there in the desert in Utah. You're out there in the desert in New Mexico. Let's go.
Great for your great. A lot of fiber in that sand.
Is there?
Mojave's great for fiber.
Just so we're clear, this is vegan sand, right?
Meat has not touched your sand, right?
There's no oils in here that are going to give me cancer.
Hey everyone, make sure you tune in to the college football show after Monday Night Football is over. We're going to talk college football playoffs. And if you're watching or listening live here, Merch Monday, 10% off everything with the promo code Monday. Download the SGPN app, all our picks and podcasts in one convenient place. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And of course,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Check out the college experience for the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
No talk of Louisville in this episode.
Kramer, let it ride.